ever done anything dangerous?
Like throw a red zone pick for no reason late in the fourth quarter?
Jeez. That is dangerous.
Like throwing off your back foot?
That is dangerous.
Like not seeing a wide open KJ Hamler?
I've done something like that too.
Like saying let's ride after an all-time embarrassing loss?
Thank you guys. Broncos country. That's right.
You ever done anything dangerous?
No, Russ. No, I live safely. Seatbelt tightly on, speed limit followed to a T. Condom when I masturbate, because you just never know when you can get an STD.
I've done something like that too.
It's spicy.
I'm glad something spicy, because our offense is as mild as white bread.
Yeah, pretty much everybody eats bread.
How bad is it though, you ask? Well, this is Melvin Gordon, who just 5 days ago was enemy number 1 in Broncos country for fumbling the game away against the Raiders. This is the most scrutinized player on the team, staring down Russell Wilson on the sideline, looking at him like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Now, the Colts are equally as bad, but nobody seems to care. Nobody's talking about the Colts and their problems, which wannabe Jeffrey Dahmer, Frank Reich, loves. Someone start putting some attention on him and check his freezer. Now, they say there's no I in team. Well, I want to stab out my eyes when I watch my team play offense. Today, though, I addressed the state of the Denver Broncos while reviewing the worst football game I have ever watched. And I watched Super Bowl 48. And you know who agrees with me? O.J. Simpson.
Let me tell you something. That was the most boring game I've ever seen. Now, they're about to go into overtime, and overtime brings a little bit of excitement. It's only once in my life have I watched a game that was just boring, and I like defense. That wasn't defense. That was just bad offense.
Well, after you get away with murder, aren't all football games a little boring, OJ? Aren't they? Fuck it. It's good sports. Hey, if you help me hit 400,000 subscribers, I will have the power to fire Nathaniel Hackett. Today's episode is sponsored by SeatGeek. Are you thinking about going to a football game? There's also a ton of good comedians coming through my city this month. So, if you're looking to get out, let me help you with my promo code, That's Good. Live events of all the kinds, football, basketball, concerts, festivals. My code, That's Good, will save you $20. I just went to a Broncos game. Oh, and it hurt. But I use SeatGeek to get my tickets. SeatGeek is my favorite ticketing app because it makes buying tickets simple, and I love using it to find the best deal for seats. When searching for seats, look for the green dots. Those mean it's a good deal. Red dots mean bad. Get out of here, Red. Get out of here. I'm no sucker, you silly little red dot. Now that's $20 off your first purchase with my promo code, That's Good. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app, and think of me when your butt hits that seat, or you don't get the discount. Hey guys, welcome to a very special episode of That's Good Sports, where everything is gonna go just as I planned. This all-time horrendous football game featured 4 interceptions, 10 sacks, 6 fumbles, all recovered by the fumbling team, 6 fumbles and not a single one lost, a blocked field goal, 0 touchdowns, and the most anticlimactic overtime finish since week 1 when the Colts tied the Texans. This game was super bad. And like the movie Super Bad, it featured a couple very awkward offensive strategies that spent the entire time trying to score. And just like Seth and Evan, they don't score. They fail. And while they weren't laughing, everyone watching was. And to make matters worse, the Seahawks, they're fucking McLovin, who actually did score big somehow in the Russell Wilson trade. Now this game was so bad even Wade Phillips was roasting both teams. Only twice in Broncos history has the team scored fewer touchdowns in its first 5 games than the 2022 Broncos, who have just 6 trips to the end zone this season so far per Andrew Mason. This was also the first game that had 4 or more interceptions with no touchdowns since 2003. Now, like I said, neither team could score touchdowns, and a late Russell Wilson interception allowed the Colts to muster 2 ugly but effective drives that gave them 2 of the 4 total field goals, including this one in overtime, that would be a game winner. Not in the moment, because the Broncos had a chance to respond, which they did by driving down the field and then throwing an incompletion on 4th down. And that was the game. That was the recap of the worst game I have ever seen. Now, you might be thinking, you didn't really make it seem that bad. Well, we had hometown fans leaving the game before overtime. They knew the game was going into overtime and they still left. Fans were like, nah, I've seen enough. I took tomorrow off, but if I get home now, I can get to bed and go to work tomorrow and save that PTO. Both Broncos fans and Colts fans walked away from this game feeling like losers. Broncos fans were like children, watching their parents go through a very ugly divorce. And in the end, they agreed to joint custody. But not after wasting their life savings on divorce attorneys, and this formerly rich family is now fucking poor. All right, 2 key plays that cost the Broncos this game. Well, this interception in the end zone by Russell Wilson with a little over 2 minutes left in the game and a 3-point lead. This is the worst pass Russell Wilson has ever thrown around the goal line. You cannot throw this pass behind your receiver, Russ. Be the leader you keep saying you are and lead him here in the most literal sense with the football. Just as bad was this missed read of a wide open KJ Hamler in overtime. KJ was so open here that Jameis Winston pre-LASIK surgery would have seen him. Kirk Cousins in prime time would have seen him. Paxton Lynch would have seen him. Okay, maybe I went too far with that last one. Either way, KJ Hamler was not happy. I'm not surprised to see this kind of frustration from KJ. I am surprised that Hamler didn't injure himself on this play, because that's how this game went. Baron Browning comes in for Randy Gregory and destroys Matty Ice all game. He gets hurt. Linebacker Josie Jewell gets hurt. Corner Ron Darby tears his ACL, done for the season. Tackle Garrett Bowles breaks his leg, done for the season. Here's the good news. The key to the Nathaniel Hackett offense working is to use pick plays. Denver finally did it. And as soon as they can get all NFL officials on board to keep doing this, we have a Super Bowl offense. Can't get penalized for a pick if the ref is the one doing it. Also, the Broncos need more receivers on the field, because another key is the double catch. If everyone is dropping passes, you just need more hands. Not better hands, 4 hands. That's how we can do it. Now, people think the Denver Broncos cannot fire head coach Nathaniel Hackett. Well, they can if he's in jail with Pat Shurmur. Do you know how easy it would be to arrest Nathaniel Hackett for this robbery? Tell me we cannot convince a jury that that man is Nathaniel Hackett. The difference, though, between this guy and Hackett is that this guy didn't rob anything, while Hackett is successfully robbing us all of joy. Now, shout out to Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit for reminding us that John Elway does indeed love boobs. Elway gets remembered for a lot of things, but not enough for this. In addition to coaching, here's a problem plaguing the Broncos: drops. No, not teardrops from all the kids you're making cry during games. Drop passes. And unlike the handsome mugshot guy, you're not making drops look good. The Broncos came out as pro-cancer, as they refused to make any crucial catches during the NFL's kickoff of the Cancer Awareness Crucial Catch Campaign. That I cannot forgive. Eric Salbert had a drop, not a horrendous one, but instead of a 3rd and 3 or 4, we take a sack on a 3rd and 10. Jerry Jeudy and Andrew Beck both dropped touchdowns. Is this a drop, or is this God demanding your team practice celibacy and never score? You could easily say both Jeudy and Salbert, those plays were the result of very good defense, and that's fair. But I see a Broncos offense with 0 players who can make contested or tough catches outside of Cortland Sutton. Maybe KJ Hamler can, but Russell Wilson needs to learn that KJ is on his team first.
Jeez.
Now, the Broncos defense, very good. Very good, dare I say top flight. But even they can't catch a lucky break. They sacked Matt Ryan 6 times. The Colts may have our old number 30 in Phillip Lindsay, but our new number 30 in Caden Stearns, pretty good. And he had 2 interceptions in this game, but they forced 4 fumbles, the Broncos, that they could not recover. 1 in the second, that was a great play by Pat Surtain, who came in and swatted the ball loose, only to watch it go right back to Paris Campbell, who is Eiffel Towered by 2 Broncos on the recovery. This is the only way Paris Campbell can touch a ball in a game, by the way. Bradley Chubb stripped Matt Ryan late in this game, and the ball bounces right back to Matt Ryan. That new Amazon football has clearly mistaken Matt Ryan for Tom Brady, because that's his lucky move, not yours, Matt. Even rookie corner Damari Mathis has been playing better than expected, but how does he not catch this tipped pass? How does Alex use the piercing grip of his dick to skewer this ball into his groin like Scorpion for a reception? And who is this beautiful water girl? Where did this angel come from? Hydrate me. Hydrate me, because I am parched from yelling at my dumb team. For the Colts, well, poor Matt Ryan. I think your old age is showing, and well, the Colts offensive line is as bad as the Broncos line will be next week without Garrett Bowles. At least the Colts can say, we have Quentin Nelson. But even with Quentin Nelson, Andrew Luck has never felt so good about retiring as he did last night. Now, I did a video about how similar the Colts and the Broncos were on Wednesday, and every dumb thing Tom Grossi and I said in that video was true. You know what? I think we're gonna choke this game away.
No, I think we're gonna choke it away.
Our new and formerly really good quarterback is still adjusting.
Oh, that's funny, because our new but formerly great QB is still adjusting too.
We don't have a running back.
We don't have our running back. Plus, mine went first overall in fantasy.
We only have one good receiver.
We only have one good receiver. My owner is a drunk wannabe musician.
Well, my owner is Walmart, where drunk wannabe musicians shop.
I miss Peyton Manning.
No, I miss Peyton Manning. God, I miss him.
At least we drafted him. And as a matter of fact, we drafted John Elway too.
Yeah, but you weren't smart enough to keep either, were ya? And like Denver, Indy, you weren't running the ball super effectively with Jonathan Taylor, but at least you get him back. And at least there's hope that he can help your team and that you could actually finish atop your weak-ass division. And sometimes when Matt Ryan chucks up a prayer, it's actually answered. You know it's bad when I have to agree with Richard Sherman.
Like 1 yard. You need 1 yard. Run the ball. Run the ball. CT.
He's triggered.
All he has to do is run the football. Like, necessary criticism. I'm not, I've said enough criticism for him, but god dang it, run the dang ball.
That's tough to hear, because Richard Sherman is usually very calm and collected, so you know this reaction is authentic.
Run the ball!
I will say,
And like Russell Wilson, Richard Sherman puts family above football. Except, of course, for when he's trying to kill his own family on a drunken tirade caught by the Ring doorbell this offseason. But let's hear more about his thoughts on Russell Wilson, huh? Yeah, that seems fair. That seems fair to Russ, doesn't it? You know it's dangerous?
One time? Never mind. That's too dangerous.
Never mind. I agree with Russ. Never mind, not gonna say. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. God, my season's over. Well, I hope your team's still doing all right. Please subscribe here and check out another video if you want. I got a lot of them. I got a lot of videos.